All right, Maxie. Are you ready to show the people all of your good munchins? All right, so let's see. Hello there, Milo the kitty. You cannot be in the live stream. No worries. Hope all is well, though. Hello there, Rosemary. Ruth, how you doing? Hello there, Liz. Just spoke with your sister who lives across the country. She works full time, rescues cats and dogs. You posed the question. Thinks that we do own because we consent for their medical treatment, their medical care. But we laughed, and she too agrees that we don't really own animals. So interesting. She is your big sister, and they signed a power of attorney. Interesting. Hello there, Debbie. Milo, I guess you're good. All right. You eating some food there, Maximus? Hello there, Tigress, and hello there, Nash. Yes, Yoda, I know. Food will be or you'll be let in here soon. Oh, yeah, Gordon Maximus eating his food. We have not gotten Max's results yet for his biopsy. They said it could take up to a week, 7 days. So he's like, I'm out of here, people. Bye. Hello there, Sabrina. But hopefully, sometime early next week, we will get his biopsy results back. We will figure out what his situation is. We will go from there, huh, Mr. Smaximus? He says, hello, humans. I know, Yoda. I know. Soon, Yoda. I promise, soon. See? Was that so bad? Well, I figured you were already done. Yeah, well, you can pick up the food. What's up, Yoda? Yes, I guess I let out Max too early. There was dry food still on the ground, unfortunately, and the baby's food. So he went a running and stumbling into that food. Hello, Orange. What's up? Orange. Hi, Tang. Yoda. Hello there, Catitude. How you doing, Catitude? Hope you're doing well. Orangey. Oranges. Pandora. Baby. What's up, baby? Hope you all are doing well on this Saturday. Slash Catterday, right? Maxie? Maxie's searching. He found one piece of dry food that was on the carpet. Hello there, Raphael. How you doing? Oh, wait. Yeah, Max, you don't care about that, do you? He said, nope, I don't care about that toy. I just care about the food that's on the floor that I can scavenge and try to get. You doing good? Good to hear. Yoda. Yeah, so most of you, because I've seen your comments on the last video about cat ownership, and I appreciate everybody's comments, and I appreciate everybody's thoughts, and I will definitely respond to everybody's comments. But it got me thinking a little bit. I personally, I do not like the term ownership. I have a problem with that terminology. Hello there, Roz. How you doing? However, I am not the word police, and I have common sense in my brain as well. So to give an example, let's say a person considers themselves to be a cat owner. Okay. However, though, they not only take care of the basic needs, food, shelter, water, um, veterinarian care, stuff like that. They also do like what I'm doing right here, taking care of kind of like enrichment stuff and mental stimulation and their emotional needs and things like that. Hello there, Cindy. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. Glad you can get into the live. So if they do all that and they still consider themselves a cat owner, then I'm like, that's okay. I'm good with you there. I can understand, and I can be like, I don't like the terminology, but you're doing everything you should do as a parent, basically. Thank you, Natalie, there for the gift. Now, let's flip that on the other side. Let's say somebody sees themselves or thinks of themselves as a cat parent, as a cat guardian, as a cat caretaker, whatever the terminology might be. But they don't take care of the animals, the cats, like they should. In that regard, I think that they're kind of using that terminology the wrong way because they're not really taking care of their animal. They're not really doing what they should. And to be honest with you, I think not all, but a lot of people who you would kind of consider to be like cat hoarders, they kind of get into that problem. They're there trying to do the right thing. They're there trying to help. Um, but they're either overwhelmed, they take on too much, and what winds up happening, these felines wind up suffering. Um, but I do enjoy. Hello there, Tranquil. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I did enjoy, though, the conversation, and if y'all have different thoughts on it, please let me know in chat. Hello there, Kevin. How you doing? If anybody is new here, and do you consider yourself, a cat owner or not? Like I said, I just have a personal problem with it. That's just me. I don't like the terminology because I think, look at it like this. It's hard for me to grasp my mind or to say, like, I own this animal right here. I own her. She's mine. I own her. She's my property. And if I want to get rid of her at any point in time, I can. That's where I have the issue with it. Because, I mean, to be real here, just a few hundred years ago, humans thought they owned other humans, right? I mean, with slavery, unfortunately. And we seem to have gotten past that, right, as a species, kind of. But slavery still does exist nowadays. I mean, as bad as that might sound, it does exist still. But I don't know. I don't believe we can own a sentient being, at all. You know, I look at this kitty, I look at the baby here, and I see something that has intelligence. I see something that can feel. I see, you know, um, hello there, Icon. How you doing? I just don't see something that's a personal property. And if it was personal property, then I also do believe if people want to consider themselves to be cat owners, then they should be held to the full extent of the law if they are not taking care of their animals properly. There should be some serious consequences when you mistreat, when you abandon, um, when you neglect. And I know there are some laws on the books, but I don't think those laws are good enough. I don't think they're strong enough. I don't think they're strict enough. I was doing some research earlier just on this topic a little bit. And I saw some stuff where people like killed or abused one, two, up to dozens to hundreds of cats.
and they only got a few years in jail. Not as much as they should. They should get a heck of a lot more. Um, so, Tranquil, what are you saying? You know that I know that when I was going through your divorce, the cats were considered property, and we had the right to take. Yeah, I remember you were talking about that yesterday, Tranquil, in your live stream. So, anyways, I don't think I'm going to talk about this too much longer. I'm going to get back onto the kitties. Mostly this is about the cats. Just every so often, I want to approach a topic that has a little bit more meat to it, or there's a little bit more complicated, somewhat potentially, with it as well. Hello there, Daniel. Daniel. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. So I hope you all are doing well on this Saturday. Overall, these cats are doing good. Like I said, Max, we're just waiting for his results. Appreciate their Roz. Sabrina, and I think Sabrina is in chat. Sabrina, if you were in chat, if you could thank Roz, that would be greatly appreciated. She kindly gifted you a membership. But yeah, so how is everybody doing? Roz, how is Luna and May doing? Catitude, I can't remember if you have cats or not. I am so sorry. Rosemary, how is Justin and Mia doing? Tranquil, how are all of your kitties doing? Tigress, how is Nala? Is the only one I can remember. How are they doing? Anybody else? All the other folks. I know, Debbie, I know you have a cat, but I can't remember. I think you have two cats. Kevin, how are your kitties doing? So how's everybody doing? Hello there, Doxlin. I don't know if I said hello to you, but hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Justin just got the all clear and no more crate. Awesome. Catitude 6 cats. Okay, I figured you did. I just wasn't for sure. But I'm glad they're doing well as well. Hello there, Lewis. How you been? How you doing? Oh, I do officially, not officially yet, but I am back to working again. I will be working in a school starting sometime in December. I'll be working in a second grade classroom. Actually, it's 4 second grade classrooms. So back to working with the little children again, corrupting their little minds. Should be good times. Dutch or Deutschland. I'm sorry, I screwed up that name. I was a teacher at one point in time, but I learned quickly that teaching, like lead teaching, wasn't for me. So an assistant, so just kind of helping out with those kiddies, is what I do now. Still an important role. Oh. All right, ONG, what we doing, buddy? Oh, I also wanted to say, some of you who have been on the channel and known me for a little while, I used to get like cat toys and stuff like that and make a little like a video about them. It's like a little collaboration. And I stopped it for a while, but sometime I think today we were supposed to be getting a scratching post that's not like this, it's not a big one, but it's about maybe half of it. And it has like a tunnel around it too. So I'm gonna do a video and then maybe I'll do another giveaway for if anybody in the community wants something like that. Do you want it, baby? Oh, I'm sorry there, Deutschland. I didn't answer your question. So he's doing good for the most part. He doesn't have any new wounds. I'll find him somewhere in this live stream. Deutschland, we did a biopsy on him last Monday. So we're just waiting on the results. It'll kind of determine on whether it's an allergy that's going on, whether it's actually, here's Max right here, an autoimmune issue going on, or, just like inflammation. But here's Maxie. You can see he had his biopsy was right kind of where that purple, I'm trying to get it kind of on his face, right where that purple is.
But he's doing well. He's been such a trooper this year. I mean, he can't wait to get out of 2025. Lewis, no, we're still waiting. I mean, stuff like leukemia, feline leukemia, has been tested negative. Excuse me, Lewis, but there are other potential cancers that the biopsy will rule out, or should rule out as well. But he's a trooper. I mean, he had his diabetes. He's had this skin issue. He's had his stomach issue. Hi, baby. Deutschland, yeah, before it looked like there was a real wound. It went deep, but now it looks like just, yeah, pretty much. You got that side. You got that side, which is kind of the same. And then you can't even really tell. This was the original spot, was right here. This is where it started, was up there, but that's grown back. The hair is growing back. All that stuff is growing back. So, hi, baby. Hi, Yoda. That was a big yawn, buddy. Hi, goofball. But all these kitties are doing well. Hi, Maximus. Oh, Cindy's, whose eye? Are you talking about Max's eye or Yoda's eye? You might have saw Yoda's eye. He does have like a little freckle in there with Yoda. He's had it for a while now. It's something we were told just to keep an eye on. It can become something dangerous, but it could be something that's fine. Lewis, hi, Lucinda. How are you feeling? Is something going on, Lucinda? Are you? I mean, if you don't have to, you don't have to share if you don't want to, of course. But just curious with Lewis's message there. Maybe some stuff that I'm not aware of. I try to keep tabs of everybody in the community as much as I can. Next week, we will be donating again. It'll be for the month of October, so we'll donate to Safe Haven. At this point in time, we still have 3 seniors, unfortunately, that none of them have been adopted this past month nearly. Fento, Jazz, and Peppercorn, they're still up for adoptions, those 3 seniors. Deutschland, did any of the adopted cats you have die, or are they all alive? So Deutschland, we've had 13 cats live with us, me and my wife. We've had 4 pass away. But in addition to Safe Haven, we're also going to be donating to Shelly again. Most of you know I Am Raven. We're going to donate to her community and to help those kitties. I think they're almost got to a point, though, where they don't need any more donations. I think everything is set, but just to top it off a little bit. And then we'll be donating to 3 other places, I think. I just can't think of what they are right now. We easy at boobers. Max, what's up, buddy? All right, let's make our way outside. Let's actually make a pit stop. We're going to go check on Rosie since she's awake at the moment. We'll see how she's doing. See if she's a good little girl. Lucinda, Cindy, I mean, I don't know what to say when you always drop those big donations. It's very kind, very generous. It's amazing. So I appreciate it very much. It goes to help so much. So thank you so much. Very kind. Let's make our way, like I said, to Rosemary. Get her when she's not too sleepy. My wife is asking where's Zelda. She should know where Zelda is. Zelda's obviously under the bed. Hi. We'll get a visual on Zelda. Hey, honey bunny. Rosie's doing well. Rosie's kind of like in a mode right now, though, where we're having to figure out what she's wanting to eat since she's been changing her what she wants to eat, like almost every other meal or so. Like right now, that's beef grilled. Uh, Earlier, like yesterday, it was chop grilled. So it's just one of those things. Hello there, KK. How you doing? You know what, Kitty King? I only have 9 moderators, and I like to try to keep 10. So I'm gonna put you as a moderator. So you can be another one. Like I said, I like to try to keep around 10 or so. I guess this is grilled turkey instead. Lucinda, giving pause and I am Shelly keep you going. I appreciate the sentiment there. That's very kind of you to say. I don't know if I'm necessarily like worthy of that comment, but I do appreciate it regardless, though. Liz, have you tried toppings? I haven't heard of it. You know, the thing is with Rosemary, she will eat. It's just us, like my wife and I, we get like super paranoid when she doesn't eat a meal or when she goes a couple times without eating her food. It's just how we are. We probably overanalyze, overthink, over everything when it comes to these felines, but we can't help it. We've been doing it for so long that sometimes we probably do too much or overdo stuff, but it's how we are. So we can't help it. Um, we love to see her eat, and when she doesn't eat, it seems like, okay, well, what's wrong with her? What's going on here? And sometimes we gotta like step back and just kind of relax and just like think, okay, she just doesn't want to eat right now. Maybe she's just not hungry. Who knows? But it's just one of those things, especially with these older kitties, Rosemary, Zelda, um, Tranquil. As long as my thing is just ask as far as that it goes. If I can definitely have no problem with you, Tranquil, self promoting. And I'll self promote you myself, Tranquil. So. Actually, my wife, if you're able to, I might have to do this later, and we'll pin your channel, Tranquil, so you know. But those who have like YouTube channels that I would take a look into, Tranquil is one. Is Tranquil the only one really in here? I think that has another YouTube channel. Um, I think so. That actively has one that has like content. So no worries, Tranquil, you're good. And Tranquil, if you know how to like post your channel on here, feel free to. If not, I'll do it in a little bit. Yeah, Lewis, Maya also has one, but I don't think Lewis though. Maya is like actively like trying to like do content and things like that. I know she does some like community posts here and there, but I don't think she's like actively like trying to do anything. But I got to get back to like doing a community post for the cat channels that I follow. It's not a ton. There's some. Or Cindy, what I can also do, Tranquil, what I can do for Cindy, when I'm done with this live stream, Tranquil, I can go to one of her comments and then I'll post in, I'll put a link to your channel in it as well. So, you know me though, I just don't like when I sometimes, you go onto people's live streams and all they're doing is like promoting, and it just makes me a little sick. All right, we'll be back with Rosie here. We'll be back to see her in a little bit. We're going to go outside. Louis Maya is constantly posting. Okay. Well, that could be another channel that I do something with. Go outside here for just a few moments. The wife is already outside, so I'm not going to stay out here for very long. We got pancakes. We got Kit, of course. He's always looking for attention. Liz, it's pretty close to that. Yeah, I guess Maya, though. Speaking of Maya, Maya's not here. A little unusual. Bruce isn't here either. Hopefully they're both doing well. Are you trying to get up off of the hammock there, honey? Hi. What's up? He waits. Here's what I'll do. Can I see? Once my wife is done sneezing, I get it. Let me see this for a second. We do a little multitasking here. I'm gonna not talk quite as much here.
Adam can't help himself.
Just gonna let me switch accounts. Let me go over here right now. We'll look at Yoda, who is on his pink hammock or so.
I know, there's a net by your eye.
Let me get to the right thing here. You thought what was a pancake? This was a pancake? Hang on, folks. This is one of the few times where you won't hear me like talking and talking and talking, so take advantage of it, I would say.
Mr. Wasp.
Almost back here. Let me go back on here. Let me go back to this.
I'm sorry, wait. Did it go up your nose?
Let me try to go back to my own channel. Let me put this in. Wait a minute, is it going to work here? I think this would work. Okay. So if y'all are not already following Tranquil, that little blue link, that anybody should be able to click that. So like Cindy, for example, anybody else. I think most people already know Tranquil in here.
Can I switch back to my name here?
Yeah, what are you online?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So, but anyways, if y'all want to click that blue link, that should take you to her channel, and then you can subscribe from there. I don't do that usually very often, because, I don't know, it's just not my thing. But every so often, I'm good with doing it. What is it, Kit?
Kiss. Don't have anything.
Kit. Liz, I got my moments. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. You know, I don't try to like put on a persona on this platform. You get the good, the bad, and the ugly with me. Hello there. I don't know what that channel name is. It's maybe Russian. I'm just gonna call you B2B. It looks like. Hello. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Oh, you Kit. We are almost also figuring out our crawl space moldy kind of issue that we got going on. We have like one more company to come in on Tuesday. and then we will kind of figure out which company to go with. At the very least, obviously, we're getting this treated, and we just need to figure out if we're just going to get it treated, then just get a dehumidifier, or get it treated, get a dehumidifier, and fully encapsulate the place. So it's hard to say exactly what we're doing. Hello there, Dill, and hello there, Ellie Bell. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Those who might be new, this is Kit. That's Yoda. That's Pandora. That's 3 out of the 9. Hello there, Alexia. Alexia. I think you've been here before. Been a while, but I hope you've been doing well. Kit is a female. Yoda, even though he's in a pink hammock, he sometimes identifies as a female cat, I guess. He's a male. And Pandora is a female. My wife is looking at me weird when I said that comment about Pandora or about Rose, about Yoda.
I don't know which cat is which.
Identifying as a female cat sometimes. He's a masculine cat. He's a manly man. Yes, he does. And these hammocks we got on Amazon like $30. Maybe they weren't that much. Maybe like $20. Would highly recommend them. They're nice. You like the white kitty? Well, that's Pancakes, aka Pandora. She's being dramatic though. Those your claws. Hello there, the 70s chick. Cool cat hammocks, for sure. Do you have any kitties yourself there? And if you are new, 70s chick, a big hello and welcome to you. We're going to hang out here for a few more minutes, and then we're going to go back upstairs, check on Max again, check on Rosemary. We'll get a visual on Zelda, Tiny. It's hard not to see Tiny because she's so wide.
So mean.
But, yeah, that's just Tiny, though. The tiny, not so tiny cat. 70s chick, you got 4 kitties, and they are spoiled. Awesome. Hello there, Miss Mia. You have rescued 2, or you have 2 rescue dogs and a kitten. You will continue to do so, even though I'm not doing well financially, but you love little paws. Awesome. Just make sure, though, Miss Mia, you don't get yourself into a bad financial situation, because as you know, doing what you're doing, rescuing and stuff like that, it's not cheap, and it's expensive. So you gotta, just make sure that you're in a good financial spot there. Hello there, J.D. Dula. How much for the cat? You got $1 million? I can sell you the hammock for $1 million. The cat, probably nothing. I hate to say, unfortunately. Hello there, Bruce. How you doing? You're on the wrong web.
Yeah, I noticed when I typed that.
Yeah. Hello there, Tammy. How you doing? My wife is on my other channel, the Cat Kahoo. She's not on her channel for whatever reason. She's special like that. But anyways. Tammy, how you doing? I was gonna say John for whatever reason. Bruce, Pandora is doing well, as you can see. Yeah, if y'all say hello to Tammy, well, I don't know if I should say anything, so I'll let Tammy say something if they want to, but they are related to somebody else on here. Hi, Orange. Bye, Orange. Hello there. Is it Serge Velope? Serge Velope. I'm probably gonna screw that name up terribly. I'm sorry, Serge. It's not personal. I don't do well when it comes to pronouncing names or places or stuff in general. Let me see. Matt Hunt 3930. Hello. So me and my mate, are you in Australia with the word mate? Have a bet, €1,000, 50 500 each in the pot. First person to get someone on live to do a backflip wins. Can you do a backflip, please? No, I'm not in the circus, so I think I'm going to pass on that, Matt. One of these cats, if you ask them really, really nicely, though, they might do a backflip for you, but I doubt it. The one you're looking at right now, Yoda, the black and white tuxedo monster, he might do a backflip, but that's only if you pay him in advance, though. Oh, Yoda. John, or not John. I'm gonna keep on calling you John, Bruce. You just about missed the live. No, we're about, we're about halfway through. Matt Hunt, 1,000 British pounds. Yeah, I understand, but I do have some, I guess, standards, and I'm not like a seal where I just clap for money kind of thing. I do have some standards when it comes to this life. Now, if you want to donate, here's one great thing though, is you could help out cats, because one of the things this community does is we donate all of our channel money to charity. As you can see, somebody donated a $200 super chat, and every single penny of that will be going to cat rescues, cat shelters, things like that across the entire world. So if you want to help these kitties out, you can freely donate that 1,000 pounds. But I'm just saying. Bruce, any results on Max? No, not yet. Not yet, Bruce. We're still waiting. Probably Monday, Tuesday, we should get the results back. And yeah, we'll go from there. Appreciate you asking, though. Tammy, hi Tranquil. Oh, Tammy, so Tranquil's link, if you can see, it's on my pinned comment. It's in blue. You should be able to click that, and you can go to Tranquil's channel if you so desire. I just don't know if you're, part of that channel or not, but you can if you want to. That 70s chick, your neighbor has about a dozen kitties. They stay in the house mostly. Well, she gave the cats her garage. Okay. Well, hopefully that 70s chick, those cats are taken care of properly. We were just talking earlier before you popped on as far as like cat ownership. Now, I don't consider myself a cat owner. I don't care for the term. I don't view cats as property. But I was also saying, if somebody wants to see themselves or call themselves a cat owner, but they not only take care of the necessities, food, shelter, water, veterinarian care, but they also, they also take care of the cat's like emotional needs, enrichment, stuff like that, then I'm okay with that. But also on the flip side of that, I think there are people who label themselves or call themselves like cat parents or cat guardians, cat caretakers, so forth, but they are unable to properly care for their animal or animals or care for the animals, and I feel like that's just as much of a problem, if not more, actually. JJ Dula, you just offered to buy the cat to help, and you said $1 million. Explain that. What exactly am I explaining, JJ? Let me know in chat, because I'm not sure what you're saying. I don't know if you heard what I said. I said you can buy the hammock for $1 million, and I said the cat, unfortunately, who already left, or maybe he's being shipped. He's shipping himself to you now for that $1 million. I don't know, but I'm not sure what you're asking me. I'm very slow. Matt, nah, dogs are better. Well, we all got our opinions, of course. And you like beer? Okay. Anyways, you need to find a backflip. Ciao, ciao. Oh, have a good one. Bye-bye. Take care. Roz, JJ Dula, these cats are not. Yeah, Roz, I think JJ is kind of like pulling some legs, and I'll play with him for a while. I'll continue to talk to him. You know me, I like to talk to people. I rarely ever ban somebody. No, I don't really ever ban anybody. But I don't like time. I try not to ever time out people unless they're being totally outrageous, rude, or saying stuff completely that they shouldn't be saying. But beyond that, though, I always like to talk to people. Oh,
That wasn't a good idea.
oh, sorry, Orange. I put you right in. Hi, Kit. You're like, I'm gonna get that orange cat. I don't like the way he looks at me sometimes.
Orangey. All right, Orange. Being a bully.
All right, let's make our way back in. Let's check on some other kitties. Let's see if JJ Dula, or whatever the guy's name was, let's see if he'll respond to my question, or if he's just gone. Tammy, one not so cute thing about the orange cat, though, who I'm not going to follow, or actually, nah, I'm not going to, yeah, let's follow Orangey, is he's a carpet muncher. So that's the reason we got these blankets and books up on the carpet stairs, which you'll see in a second, which is just ridiculous. JJ Dula, why can't I buy the cat? Well, because it's just immoral, I guess, is the biggest thing. No transactions. You can buy a likeness of Tang, though. I can draw a painting. It's really going to be a really good painting. And I'll offer $1 million for that for you. Here's Tine. There was Tine. She flew fast. Zelda. Susie. Zelda. Hi, Zelda. What's up, baby girl? Are you a good man? Who's a good meow? JD Dula, you will give the orange cat a good home and a good life. JD question, what are the 3 necessities of providing a cat a good life? Let's quiz you. Food, pets, and toys. Okay. What vaccines are necessary to provide them a good life as well? Those of you who don't know Zelda, she is 20 or so. She is a diabetic. She'll actually be 21 in January. She's a diabetic. She's had diabetes for about 10 years. She also has some kidney issues. She also has some eye issues. She's gone through quite a bit, but she's a good old girl. Hello there, Amy. Amy Quintilia, I do believe. Hello. That 70s chick. You have a what? I'm sorry. You have a 15-year-old, a 1-year-old, 2 3-year-olds, 3 males and 1 female. Awesome. JD, you won't administer vaccines. You're not qualified. You will take them to the vet. Yeah, it looks like some people are asking about love. What about love? Hello there, HW Wetzer. How you doing? Lewis, this troll has this has troll written all over it. I don't think this guy would take a cat if it came with $1 million. Lewis, neither do I, but I'm just having fun with him at the moment. Hello there, Larb. How you doing? Hello there. JD, where do you live? Do you live in America? You don't have to get that particular, but do you live in the US? Do you live in the UK? Do you live across, over in Africa? Do you live in Asia? Where do you live at? KK, you have to go. You got a billion places to run for your mom. I hope you have a good day, KK, and we will see you in the future. South Florida, okay. Now, why do you want to buy a cat? In particular, why do you want to buy one of these kitty cats? Reagan, you just lost one of your 16-year-old kitty from kidney failure. I am so sorry to hear that, Reagan. I'm sure, though, that the kitty had a wonderful life and was very loved and cared for. What's the kitty's name, if you don't mind me asking? His name was Oreo. Okay. Do you live with other kitties there, Reagan? And Reagan, I definitely know, and I think most of the people here, they know how that feels. You've lost cats through with kidney failure or heart disease or diabetes or, age. So definitely condolences there. Rosemary, yes, he is. He's putting all of his brain cells at work. Reagan, you have two new cats named Olivia and Finn. If you've heard of the show Law and Order, I have. It's been a while. They were named after some of the detectives on the show. Okay, that's nice. Hello there, or goodbye there, Raphael. Hope you have a good one. Is my friend JD still on here, or is he abandoned ship? How are all of the kitties doing, Bruce? The 10. Yeah, so JD, you didn't answer my question. Why do you want to buy one of these cats for $1 million in particular? Because I got a feeling either we're probably 10 or something, or like that, or we're just we have nothing better to do with our time. You want orange cat. Well, I'll tell you what, JD. Leave me a comment on one of my videos, and what I will do for you is I will look in South Florida and I will look at cat shelters and cat rescues, and I'm sure one of those rescues and or shelters will have an orange tabby that you can adopt and that you can provide a absolutely wonderful life for. Oh, Rosemary, chunky, not chunky, tiny always looks a little chunky. It's this camera. All right. Let's go over to Mr. Maximus again. Hey, buddy. He says, hello, humans again. How are y'all? Oh, Lewis, you didn't have to time him out. All right, Lewis. All right. He was doing fine. Oh well. Maybe he'll be back next time. Calm and Dooley Man, can you have both of your cats? Chat, didn't we just have this conversation with somebody else? But this looks like a child, so I think they're good. How you doing there, Calm? Reagan, he looks like Oreo except the little white spot he had on his chin. Are you talking about this kitty, Reagan? Reagan? I'm sorry. This is Mr. Maximus. Yeah, this is Max Reagan. Max was a diabetic, but he's gone into remission. But as you can see, Reagan, he has some patches, some bald patches on his face. And we were in the process of figuring out as to why. Lewis, he said, I want that one. Nobody was getting through to him, and he was just being annoying on purpose. I stand by your decision. You're good, Lewis. You're good. I do like to talk to people, though, as you know, but I understand. It's all good. No worries. Britannia, hello there. How you doing? You're from Winter Haven. Awesome. You have kitties? Any kitties that you live with? Any kitties that own you? Rosemary, correct. No new patches. He's got the original one right up here. And he's got the one there, and he's got the one like on the other side. So he just technically there's kind of one over here, Rosemary, but nothing is like broken out. No like skin is falling off or getting ripped off or anything like that. Well, Reagan, one thing we thought originally, because actually like ringworm is something that can look like this, circular patches, kind of like on both sides of the face. But ringworm has already been ruled out, so it's not ringworm. Rosemary, the new food could definitely be helping. You know, unfortunately, it's the thing, though, with food allergies. If it is a food allergy, Rosemary, it takes like weeks and weeks and weeks for that to be determined. And it usually is like once everything else has been determined as of well. Bruce, yeah, his stitch, you can see it. I'll kind of do a close up a little bit. It's that purple spot. That's where the stitch is. But yeah, it's still there. Yoda? Oh. Hi, Orangey. Reagan, it doesn't really look like fight marks. Don't really know how a cat or animal would make that. Yeah, we're figuring it out, Reagan. It could be food allergies. It could be environmental allergies. It could be an autoimmune disorder. It could be some kind of cancer, but cancer is less likely. So we are in the process of figuring out why he's having these issues. Excuse me. Catitude, does his stitch have to be removed? It can be removed if need be, Catitude, but it's one of those dissolvable stitches, which should dissolve in the next few days or so. Get ready, you little turkey murky. Hello there, Sarah. How you doing? Britannia, you have one doggy. You had to put him down. I'm sorry to hear that on July 31st, because he was old and blind, 15 years, 6 months, and he was a long-haired Chihuahua. Wow, Britannia, that is a long lifespan for a Chihuahua. I think Chihuahuas typically only live like 10 years. Is that correct? Roz, you got to head out. It was always nice seeing you, Roz. I hope you have a good rest of your night and a good weekend. And we will see you. Maybe if Shelly has a live tomorrow, we'll see you on there, of course. So take care, and thank you again for the donating, gifting the channel member, Roz. Appreciate it. Those who are new, Tang, the orange tabby. Max is the tuxedo. The calico over here is baby. The other tuxedo over here is Mr. Yoda. Master Yoda. He is big with the Force. Hello there, Positive and Y Squad. Pet channels unite. Well, as long as those pet channels have good people behind them, Positive and Wise. As long as there are good people behind the channels. Because sometimes pet channels can be a little not what they seem. Catitude, they can live up to 20. Wow, I didn't think they could. I didn't think they had that kind of lifespan. Thank you for letting me know.
Reagan, your cat loves at 5 a.m. to start laying on your face. You guess they really like that physical touch only at certain times. That's funny. Yoda. Especially if they belong to Paris Hilton. Yeah, those like purse dogs. Yeah, sometimes Yoda does like to travel. Let me see if I can get him in here. I don't think he's gonna stay. I was gonna say sometimes because it's got a. He's gonna half stay. He's not gonna stay in there. Sometimes he'll get in there, and then we can get him. We can carry. Yeah, okay. See, we can kind of carry him. He's got his butt hanging out though. His butt's too big for this thing. But yeah, sometimes that's his little traveling case. It's usually more so this tunnel. Yoda. See, get one side, we'll get the other side. He's gonna like flop out like a fish though here. Hi, buddy. Here, come over here. Get up there. There you go. Hi. Like, how did I get up here? I know, you're a little too big for this scratching post. He's gonna like knock it off. He actually has several times. Like him and Tang, when they're chasing each other, they run up the stairs and they run up here, then they wind up knocking the whole thing down. Hello there, Joe. You have an adult female cat. Currently, her breath is horrific. She also sticks her tongue out many times a day. Any thoughts? Yes, I do. When's the last time she went to a vet to have her teeth looked at? My initial thought is with the stinky breath and with sticking her tongue out is might be dealing with some kind of dental disease there, Joe. Lewis, we did a little bit with the toy, with the laser toy, not a lot. Reagan, you're also saying especially Olivia will decide if she gets scared or startled by her brother. She will start climbing up the door frames. She is a climbing monkey, for sure. Hey, Miss Rosemary. Yeah, Joe, initially, like I said, my thought would be maybe like a dental issue. It looks like others in chats are also maybe saying catitude, Liz, also maybe there's something going on. Let's see. So 2 weeks ago, wife takes care of the vet. Okay. And thank you. I think it's also dental. Yeah. If you happen to know, Joe, if the kitty went to the vet a couple of weeks ago, did the vet
like say anything, because what a vet will do for like a physical exam, they will, if they can, sometimes it's tricky, of course, but they'll take a look inside the cat's mouth without, being bitten, hopefully, and see if there's any kind of like gingivitis buildup, stuff like that. Usually it's usually can be seen on a physical exam. Reagan, the only thing that she is scared of is Christmas lights on your tree. Yeah, I don't do Christmas trees. We don't do Christmas trees around this house. Not with all these cats. Not safe for them. There's really it's crazy. Like you don't, Joe, you don't believe that they did. The wife is at the store now. Okay. Well, like I said, it definitely sounds like some kind of dental issue. And I think you said the cat is 4. I think you said the cat's name was Pepper. How are they eating? Does it seem like they struggle when they eat their food, like whether it's wet food or dry food? Cat is eating. Okay. Eating no problem. Okay. Yeah, I would say dental. I think dental. Being 4, have they ever had a dental before? They probably haven't. Uh, but they might need a dental. They might need to get just knocked out, sedated, so they can really kind of see what's going on inside the cat's mouth. There could be another issue where they have something called feline reabsorption. I can't remember the last name of it, but it's basically like where a tooth kind of rots or kind of like absorbs itself from the inside out. We have Zelda, one of our oldest kitties, who's 20. She has that issue, unfortunately, and we've had at least 1 or 2 others that have had this issue as well. So there could be another thing, feline absorption, something. I just can't remember the last part of it. Lewis, do cats get canker sores inside their mouth? I definitely would think so. Yeah, I would think so. I mean, again, anything a human can get, a cat can really get, or a dog. Joe, you're welcome. Any other questions, please let me know. And Joe, if you are new here, a big hello and welcome to you. Glad to have you here. Feel free to ask any questions cat related. Myself and the community, we have probably hundreds of years of experience. Chat, I'm not saying you're old. I'm just saying, you're experienced in life. And that's a good thing. We're slowly trying to build this community of cat lovers, cat parents, cat caretakers and guardians, and trying to help out these felines. Tranquil, you're old. Tranquil, I say I'm old too, and then people say, you're not old, Adam. You're a youngin'. You're a whippersnapper still. You're still wet behind the ears. Liz, you took your kitty to a dentist specialist who took the tooth. Yes, the tooth gets reabsorbed. It can happen in humans. It can happen to humans as well. Hello there. Is it Arius Adventure OG? Hello, welcome. Hello, if you are new. If you want to type hi as well, that would be great. And tell us a little bit about yourself if you want to. Reagan, as soon as you clean out the cat's litter box, they immediately run into it and just, poop. Yep. They don't even wait for me to clip the lid on the litter box. Yep, I have the same issue. They got to get back to the royal chamber quickly, and they got to be the first ones to anoint the royal chamber with their blessings, if you will. Yeah, Cindy. I can't. It's still crazy though that that kitty lived to be Sammy 30. That's just insane. I mean, God bless you for taking care of and doing everything you can, and that's amazing. 30 years old. Liz, you can't type. It was a dentist who was a vet and did have to, and they had to have their teeth removed. But he was a specialist. Hey, Liz, half the time when I'm talking on these live streams, I feel like I don't make any sense. I try to put together coherent sentences, and for whatever reason, sometimes I struggle mightily. Thankfully, I think a lot of you, because you've been listening to me for such a long time, you kind of know what I'm saying, or you can kind of like decipher my nonsense. Uh, so it's appreciated. Hello there, Francisco. How you doing? Yes, Cindy, I do remember. Yes, I did see a picture. It was Shelly. Because I know you sent something to Shelly, and then she sent something to me. So I do remember seeing a kitty. It's been a little while, Cindy. So I apologize. I can't remember what the kitty looked like. Um, I can't remember, Cindy. I'm sorry, but I do remember seeing that kitty. Maybe couple months ago or so. Rosemary, I'm glad that you understand me. That's very difficult for me to understand myself. Bruce's daughter. Hello, hello. Somebody in the comments. That's an interesting channel name. Sigh, I love cats. Why are you sighing that you love cats? Yes, it's a Rosemary. All right, folks, we're going to go a couple of minutes here past the 1 o'clock, past the 1 hour. Normally we go for about an hour or so, and then we stop. We'll go a few more minutes, and then we will stop. I need to take a nap. I'm old, and I like my naps, my cat naps. It's a love sigh. It could be. It could be. Yeah, you could be right there, Lewis. Definitely could be right. You hate Reagan. You hate how your cat Finn gets really big clumps of hair near under its armpits, and stomach. It's very hard trying to brush. I'm sorry, trying to brush that out. Yes, it is. Hey, Rosemary, the camera's on you. Is that why you're not paying attention to the people trying to see your pretty face? They see you lick yourself, for minutes. Let's look at that. Let's look at that face now. You're like, I'm back to licking myself again. Lewis, no comments. Honey. I know, you're like, you don't care. You're going to lick that and lick that and lick that. Hi, baby girl. Let's see, Rosemary, do you care about this? I'm like, no. Appreciate the compliment there for Rosemary there, Cindy. Are you done? Are you finally done? Like, nope, now I gotta lick my innards a little bit more. Is that just a good spot? You got a good spot there. I know, let's lift that little chicken leg up. Oh, she don't do good brushing, Liz. If you're asking about brushing Rosemary, she does not do well being brushed, which is unfortunate because she does have some like mats in her, like mats like kind of down in that area a little bit that we basically kind of like we gotta like pull the hair apart. Yeah, now she's giving you the full Monty. Those who know about the full Monty will know what I'm talking about. Rosemary Reagan, we think, is about 18 or so. We don't know exactly how old she is, but we around 18. We can look at that toe bean. Honey, do you have litter? No, you don't. Okay. Yes, you got a leg. Rosemary, you're like in a commercial for KFC at the moment or something here. Somebody in the comments. She's so cute. You love her and love your fellow cat folk. She is. Oh, be blessed. Oh, I appreciate that. Yes, Rosemary, you hear Yoda because he knows the toy is in here. Joe, you had a call. Thanks for the advice. You did subscribe, so see you later. Bye, Joe. Have a rest of your good rest of your evening or morning, potentially, depending on where you are. All right. Well, I guess Rosemary is just gonna lick until I turn the camera off. So we're gonna start ending this. Colorado, awesome. I'm sure it's getting cold out there in Colorado. Yeah, Rosemary's going to do the Lick Olympics. And while she's doing the Lick Olympics, I'm going to end with, as always, adopt, don't shop. Let's put breeders out of business. There ain't no reason in this world why a person needs a designer cat. Let's put breeders out of business. Inbreeding and stuff like that. Let's stop this. If you are thinking about adopting, think about adopting a senior cat. Always think about hello there, Sir Meow Vamps. I appreciate that high five. Always think about adopting an older cat first. Senior cat, just some kitty that's over like the age of 2, because they languish, they sit, and sometimes they're euthanized if they don't get adopted quickly enough in shelters. This is just the reality of it. Bye, Bruce. And then, of course, advocate. Always advocate for your feline friends. Bye, Lewis. You are their voice. Without you, they might suffer in silence. So always speak. Speak up. Speak up. On that lovely note, it looks like Rosemary is still doing the Lick Olympics. So maybe I'll put this into a short or something. Her Lick Olympic time. I don't know. We'll create this highlight over the last 5 minutes or 40 seconds or whatever. But until then, y'all God bless. Y'all God bless. Y'all take care. God bless. As always, it's nice seeing everybody and talking to everybody. And I'll try to get Rosemary in the shot one more time for just a few seconds so we can see her pretty face. Goodbye, Kevin. Goodbye, Lewis. Goodbye, Liz. Goodbye, Catitude, Tranquil, Cindy. KK already left. That's right. Bruce. Anybody else I'm forgetting? Ruth. Nash. Y'all take care. Rosemary. Maybe we'll see some of you if Shelly has a live tomorrow, or maybe on a Tranquil live, maybe a little later in the day if she goes live as well. But until then, God bless, take care, and we will see you all next time where Rosemary doesn't lick so much. All right, licky wickies. You get the licky wickies. All right, bye all. by Gina Garrison. If you're new here, hello and welcome. Subscribe to the channel if you want to hang out with this awesome cat community. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye all. Bye all.